illustrate the
All right. So, I hope that the connection is good and that you now can see my screen. So, we're just starting around 30 seconds. Let's just come a little bit more people into the stream. Basically, just want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin and looking at the comparison right now to gold. All right, so let's go Bitcoin. Let's go Trump. Saludados. Yeah. So it's crazy. View on Solana. I understand that many are always interested in Solana. I'm trying to I'm not trying to right now make a long live or something, but I want to just give you some updates because it's incredible right now where Bitcoin is. Like it's 86,800. This is insane. Like I just watched it right now the last couple of minutes. I'm like, wow, and it just hit right now my target for the potential top of the day. I really think this looks. So we could still go higher. So, but we might see near kind of the end soon because it's way too much right now for one day. We'll see how the daily is gonna close. And yeah, looking forward. So let's go, guys. Can you do gold analysis? Tell us a little bit secret of your strategy. Yeah, this stream is not about this. This stream should be right now more about Bitcoin, but in comparison with gold right now, because what you see right now on Bitcoin is like it just pumped up, especially since the election, right? Like, look at this. What happened on gold on the same way? Well, actually, it just dropped. The opposite thing, right? Also, if we have a look on the other stock markets, US 30, incredible. Like this push is like insane. The S&P 500 also super bullish today. And overall, Nasdaq, the same thing. It's crazy. It's only silver, right? Silver, gold, the oil. I mean, oil is kind of like in the same spot, but yeah. So insane about Bitcoin, like literally insane. Like we talked about this, it's been right now a while. I don't even know what specific price I made the video where I explained to you, hey, I'm buying a lot of Bitcoins because I'm expecting it to go crazy up higher soon. And I said that, hey, 60,000 is kind of a high price, but it's still nothing. And this is kind of like the price when I bought like the majority of my investment where I've done it since price is here, and I've been just cycling the entire time, like this accumulation, right? Like the big players are doing it. I've done it the same. Like I always invest a little bit of cash, put euros and dollars inside of it to now see it finally pumping. And now, while others are right now losing their money, right? Because right now at this moment, everyone who is right now having cash is right now kind of losing. Even though I gotta say we have a very strong dollar, so it's a very interesting phase in which we are. If I'm honest, it's very interesting because price is still moving bullish, even though the US dollar is super strong, right? US dollar is the entire time since October super strong, and Bitcoin is also still pumping. So it's a very interesting correlation to see right now, like between that. So it just literally means that Bitcoin is not pumping because of the weakness of the dollar. It's actually pumping because of the high demand, like the high interest in it. Like the asset itself is such an interesting asset, and since the spot ETF approval, since BlackRock has done that, this thing just exploded. So everything contributed to that. Like if you can remember, guys, right? The approval, and we had like the first big push up. So it was kind of like here, right? You see this drop lower, like this was the manipulation, right? To acquire the necessary liquidity, as you can see. Even right now from a chart technical perspective, all it did is just it provided, or the market has provided the entire time here during this accumulation, the necessary liquidity to see then a manipulation to then distribute higher. And I know that many people believed in this phase here that this is not going to be a phase which will take forever. They believed, hey, we are in a very bullish environment on Bitcoin. We are the best asset. And yes, we are the best asset. And for the best asset, you need the best accumulation. That's exactly what it does. So it's nothing wrong with that. And it was kind of like we needed to expect that. Like my analysis and what I shared on X was the entire time that we can see prices till 40,000, right? We didn't reach 40,000 itself. 49,000 is what we reached. And I said like the range between 50 to 49, because what I was mapping out was actually the prior accumulation. It's very important to see the price delivery like it is on a chart technical perspective on Bitcoin as well, because many people tend to forget that. They just have a look at it from an investing perspective alone, and that is not bad. But when are you gonna now take profit, right? When are you gonna take it out? The moment when it's at 1 million? Well, then good luck. You still have to wait a very long time, probably. Even though it's gonna happen probably faster than most of us believe, it's still not gonna be right now like the best choice to wait for too long until you get some profits out of it. Because right now, no matter where you've invested, at that point right now, everyone is in profit, except you invested today at some point, I don't know, like a couple of minutes ago, and you are right now in a drawdown. But that is also not an issue. Normally right now at the price where we are, everyone may profit. And I would highly advise you guys to actually have an exit strategy and how to get the money out of it. I'm going to explain you right now like my targets that I see, and I'm going to make right now a full breakdown with you, explaining right now what contributed to the higher prices and so on. Great. For those ones who know me a little bit better, they know that I'm not really looking too much at this normal chart. I prefer the futures chart. So on the futures chart, if we make an analysis over here, you will see how incredible everything worked out. And I'm gonna like call everything out from the beginning till the end. And this is the same method I use right now, for instance, to also trade gold. So this is when price took all-time highs. Compared to that, we've had a market, right, which took here prior liquidity and dropped down till here. All of these levels, right, have been there for a reason. For a reason in order to bring price where it is right now. Now, if we follow up what happened here, you see, we used the first form of liquidity here. We used this order block here. We pushed up. We then runs liquidity, went lower, pushed into the order block, pushed higher, took all-time high, and this is the phase when we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 8 months of consolidation. And it's a very big consolidation. Like, of course, if you compare right now to this or something, right, it doesn't look so crazy. But most people believe that we've been in a situation here in the same like here, which we've been not, right? It was a total different scenario, like always in the market. You've seen like this push up here, right, compared to this push up here. It took the market only 1, 2, 3 months, right, to make the pullback. 3 months. Here, it took several months to come into this level here. We have a big difference right now is that this is a proper pullback. This is a proper pullback. This is a good pullback, which means the market has absolutely no reason to come now lower than this level here. I don't see it coming lower. That's the interesting part. Here was a different situation. We didn't have a proper pullback with this. We had an inducement pullback, which means price only provided us equal lows for this inducement to come lower, to then push up higher. And now you see where we are. So like this entire story is so important for the current outcome. This is why the market is pumping so much. And yes, we cannot argue about it. It has a lot to do with fundamental analysis, of course. Because if now Trump wouldn't be the new president, things could look different. Now, I'm not sure about that, if I'm really honest. Like, nobody can tell us this kind of thing, but probably Trump, like having Harris as a president, would not really affect the price that crazy like it's doing right now. Even though from a chart technical perspective, it makes so much sense that we've had now Trump and that it contributed to it. It's like the market priced in Trump as a future president months ago. Yeah, right? But yeah, this is not something that I want to talk about because this is something we don't know. It's just something which we could assume, and we're just going to deal with the data that we have. Because right now, if that would be the case, right, it would be enough, for instance, Harris, what could be the case? There is an alternative scenario. Always, we run this high, probably new all-time highs, run dramatically lower, right? Come into an area here and then eventually preparing for another bullish move up later, right? Could be the case, right? But a lot of things need to go wrong then with Harris being the new president. But now we have Trump, so everything is even better. So of course it's going to be super bullish. So you can also expect that. Crazy push up higher. We can also check it out, right? This level, right? And this is why I'm using the futures chart. Futures chart has just different data. This move down, right? This move down, this prior accumulation, right? You see, this is why it's so important to understand these levels. This is why I was so bullish on Bitcoin, and I didn't care to buy in this region here, even though, right, this area that I bought was not even that bad. Like I thought at the beginning, hey, it's a bad price, but look at this. We've been the majority of the times above it, right? There have been just a few spikes below it, so I was not that bad with it. And I even call sometimes these lows as well to buy, but I also bought a lot at the tops here as well, because I was just accumulating, and it was not that I did put a big amount every single time in it. Like yes, but I was not like putting there a significant amount like I did in this situation here. So from a chart technical perspective, accumulation, manipulation, and now we see this push up. Now that we had there the manipulation, the inducement, this is like the pairing system of the algo, or how institutions can get into the market. You gotta match those orders, which the market does, right? This is why people use support resistance, for instance. It all has a reason. We're matching these orders. This is why we're pushing higher now. And this is where we are right now, right? This is a reason. The technical confirmation for it, we push up higher, boom. Great. So the final question, when should we now take profit? Like what should be a good exit plan? Well, there are a few options. You can now use, for instance, those logical levels, such as 100,000, right? 200,000, 150,000, like those logical areas where you might see price coming. Like my personal price prediction itself for Bitcoin is gonna be above 200,000 up to 250,000 in the next year. Sounds crazy, yes, but it's not that crazy. Like if you measure what Bitcoin has done already so far and what it might do in the future, like this push up alone, 400%, another 400% push from here would bring us exactly to that number. This is my expectation. So I want to see price going at least one more time so much to the upside like it did here prior. This is how I came with my price prediction, right? But it's a prediction. I'm not gonna let this prediction get controlled by the narrative of the number. Most people do it like this. And yes, price is important, but the reason how a market or how a chart gets delivered is by using time and price. So you also need time. So what time cycle am I interested in to see Bitcoin? And this time cycle needs to include the current fundamental analysis. So I'm gonna now use this Bitcoin Liquid Index. It's an index which shows a lot data, but we don't need that. I think right now also Bitstamp shows a lot of data, so we can actually use this. I'm coming here using the logarithmic, and I'm gonna show you now my time cycle, because right now, like this is a whole different level right now. If you look at Bitcoin the way it is right now, right, and now we want to actually understand some potentials. We want to see right now when we have the bullish phases, the bearish phases in the market. I'm using this cycle with having a look on each year, putting it like this. Coming now to the weekly time frame, and now we see very fast the similarities. So we see, or let me just count it quickly through it, like I haven't prepared this analysis. It's a stream, just very quickly. 1, 2, 3. All right, 3 years in this case bullish. We'll count the bearish years. 1 year bearish. 1, 2, 3 bullish. 1 year bearish. 1, 2, 3 bullish. 1 year bearish. 1, 2, 3. All right, then I made a wrong assumption prior. So not the end, or like the end of next year should be the top. So this is why next year might be. So 1, 2. Let me see if I did it correctly. So you see price being bullish, right? Starting here, right? This is a bullish cycle, bullish, bullish. The top has been reached at the end of the 3rd year. We've had here 1 year bearish. This is again the 1st year bullish, right? Because price is moving right now higher than when it's opened. Great. So where you see price goes below and then closes above the opening. So it's a bullish year at the end. Bullish, bullish, the third year bullish. Now we have bearish year, right? The top was at the end of the year. Now bullish, 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 right? This was kind like, again, bullish, not crazy, but it was bullish. So here bullish. Now 1 year bearish, right? This was here 2022. Now we have 2023. We started right kind of at the beginning of the year, right, with the bullish section, and now we're only in the second year of being bullish, right? This is 2024, and the next year, right, is going to be the end of it, right? Next year, like, we will still have a big year. So I'm expecting till the end of 2025 to see Bitcoin at its new all-time high, and its new all-time high will be between 200,000 and 250,000. So even now, if you buy Bitcoin at this ridiculous high price of 86,000, right, which most people would say you're stupid if you're doing it, and yes, it might not be the most strategical point to buy now Bitcoin, but most of you, or most of the people, can't predict when the price will make a pullback. Could you make an analysis to tell me why price, particularly today, would just pump like this, like in 1 day, like for real, like from 78,000 till 86,000? Could you make this type of prediction? No, because if you would have been doing it, or if you would be able to do so, you would be probably buying it before. So probably. So this is why the point that I'm trying to make is, like, I don't really see it very easy to be able to predict here anything, right? Like, if you're a good trader, then yes, you can actually trade something now and like predict some pullbacks and get some profits or better entries when you try to invest now in Bitcoin. But I think it's going to be very, very, very tricky. So I believe, like, if you want to like be part of this and make money with this, then I think this price right now is already a good price to enjoy. I'm just saying. Now you're not an early investor anymore. 100% you're not. I mean, even me, I thought I'm too late with the 60,000s. Now, I don't consider myself being too late, because if you see then where we are, it's crazy. So yeah, you see now the top, like the end of the year might come, like it's coming. We're very near. And what kind of predictions am I having right now? If I say 250,000, so let me just now put the levels here to further visualize this entire thing for you, like 100, 150, 200, and 250, right? And you have to predict it with this as the end. We can now have a look a little bit on the technical side as well, to combine it, to see time and price in alignment. So for everyone who doesn't know that, like, this is also how I'm trading. Like, for me, timing is one of the biggest aspect in trading as well. I caught today a very, very nice short in gold, but I didn't bought this, right? Like you can see me like today, like making money on the short on gold, but then also making money by investing in Bitcoin, just holding it. So it's crazy, like leveraging on both sides. So everything is possible. Great. So we see price taking liquidity, pushing higher, right? And my personal assumption is gonna be that the next potential movements are gonna stay above, like above this low. So I will not see price in the future anymore coming below 49,000. I don't see that anymore. Like, this is over. This is probably the lowest low possible. It's very, like, the chances are so low to see something like this. But of course they are there. So my prediction for the next couple of months will be something like this. We might see even higher prices, right? Maybe we will reach now till the end of the year up to 100,000, maybe slightly below that, because 100,000, I think it's such an obvious level that it's not gonna be so simple to go above it. It would be like something everyone would dream of. So probably it's gonna come up to 95,000. I would consider a profit taking below 100,000 is not bad. And if you then see price coming below that, coming like back to test the 73,000 level, which is a level which price is gonna probably test in the future, because it's like the previous all-time high here. It's gonna be something which price more than likely is gonna test, or a little bit above it, something like 76. So I don't consider it to be too stupid if you now try to take profit at around 100,000. Because if price will come into this area, it's gonna make a deep retest before then gonna push these remaining percentages higher. Like if it's gonna be 250, I have no idea, but 200,000 like is very plausible, I would say. I mean, you've seen it right now, how it pushed. So see this very, very possible. Very, very interesting. So one more time, I'm not gonna close because of price reaching those areas. I'm gonna close because price is gonna reach those levels or similar levels at the end of the next year. Because afterwards, I'm expecting price again to do a proper correction. And I know most don't want to hear that, but it's gonna be the truth, because price did it before, right? Price did this, right? Price did this, right? And most people in this Bitcoin bubble are always, oh, everything is gonna go to the upside. And yes, it's good when it goes to the upside, because when price goes to the upside, it's gonna really go to the upside. Like you see it right now. It's very, very interesting. But I think I speak for the majority. If it's so easy to make money with Bitcoin, why isn't everybody doing money with Bitcoin? And I don't believe that most are not doing money with Bitcoin because, I don't put money in or whatsoever. I think most people are not doing money with it because they have no idea when to take profit. And they take profit in an area where they should not take profit, but they're in the need of the money, and this is why they're gonna then take profit at very wrong numbers. And pullbacks are gonna come because this is gonna ensure the longevity of it. So yeah. Alright. Okay, Host meint, es geht bis 88.000. Yeah, makes also sense. Like 88,000, like I see these levels as well. Like I even see right now this level where we're right now also as a potential reversal. I also would say something right now might lead to a nice pullback. So taking now some profits at the level right now is not stupid. For real, it's not stupid, because either way, like I'm not saying right now take 100% out of Bitcoin right now, but take a small amount, a little bit of take profit. It's not bad, because right now you get rewarded for holding it for so long or whatsoever. And you got to understand, most of these big banks and so on are doing it as well. This is what's going to run into a pullback, right? Everyone is going to do it, because if some of them decide to not take now anything, they're either complete long-term holders, right? Which is fine, which is good if you need to manage some funds for the longevity, right? This is something else. There are institutions in America who are invested in Bitcoin, and they have strategic plans to hold it for a specific amount of years. This is something else, because they're doing it with a plan. But if you say, oh no, I'm not doing it because I've heard it like this and blah, 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 you're going to be like that one guy who's just going to never make profit with crypto, like for real. Because then, again, you will be trapped in this pullback. And I've been in the same spot with XRP in the last time. And I was like, oh, I flipped it. And then I don't close. And then I'm like, still no money at the end making with crypto. So it's insane, because most of the people are really not making money with crypto, even though everyone says, but I've made 4x. Yeah, show me that in your bank. Oh, you can't, because you never took it out. Or those guys with meme coins, right? promoting meme coins, blah blah blah, and at the end, who made the money? Nobody, right? Like just a handful of people at the end, and that is like insane. So it's better you take profits at not the best level, because you will never take profit at the best level, right? Even though, let's say you are multi-millionaire right now with crypto, right? Would you then care so much if price now goes from, or at the level where it is right now, if it's now gonna go another 5,000 up higher? No. Why? Because money means nothing to you anymore if you have already enough. You're just broke, and that's the reason why you're trying to actually at the end squeeze it to the max, right? And squeezing it to the max is actually, which has nothing to do with the real market principles. Market is gonna reverse. Market is gonna make a pullback, right? So nothing wrong about holding it right now forever, right? If that is your plan, your choice, do it. It's fine. It's calculated because you are gonna follow it. But don't try now not taking profit now and then doing it when price is at 50,000 or something, because then you're just trading based, or you're acting based on emotions. Great. So, did you get short on gold? Yes, I can even show you quickly, because that was the video. Like I wanted to take it like in to compare it a little bit. Today, gold short have been right here. Let me show you on the 1 hour. It's really crazy what price did today. I didn't hold it so long, like it's crazy. I just only took like this small movement down. Like I identified this liquidity here, price took it, and I just traded here hundreds of pips to the downside. But price moved today, like I don't know. This is like literally insane. Like how many pips? This is like, wow. This is crazy. This is really crazy. So yeah, gold definitely provided today some movement. So 640. That is way too much. I was not expecting it to do like this. I mean, right now comparing it with Bitcoin, it makes a lot of sense that it did that, but back then I couldn't really see it that like this. So yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Hey bro, it's me from your DMs to check if you want to get a quick 15-minute. Bro, what is this? Alright. Yeah, might be on gold, I don't know. But what would you say if there comes a real big war or something like COVID in another form again? Then it could be, of course, possible to come lower than 50,000. Because I invested money of my positions on Bitcoin on 70,000, 36,000. I'm thinking of not selling. Yeah, of course. Like if now something might happen, right? Like this, these are these fundamentals, right? Which can happen anytime, right? Never can predict those fundamentals. And yes, back then with COVID, we've had a big crash on Bitcoin as well. But back then I was like not even experienced in trading so much, and I was just doing some random predictions, blah blah blah. Still on Bitcoin, I kind of always nailed it, because I was like expecting price here back in the days, and this is when COVID was. This is why I can show you this so good right now. I was expecting price to come here into this area, and it tapped into it, and that was like the 4,000 area. Price tapped into it, and then it went to to the moon, I would say. That was insane. And if you try to predict a similar cycle like it did here, and this is kind of what I want to see price doing again. So if we just want to now, from the low till the top, just measure like the potential outcome, was a total of 2,000%. That is insane. Let's just put it over. Let's just see something similar. 2,000, you see, with my 250,000, I'm not even so bad, right? Like even for those extreme guys, right, who really want to see big predictions, because this is why crypto also works a little bit like this, because everyone wants to see it like this, right? Everyone. This is why the mentality in crypto is so different, and this is why it makes also a lot of sense to act like this, because people are here for one reason only. It's to make money. And this is why in the stock market, it's not that crazy. Like in the stock market, everyone just want to like hedge against the dollar, right? This is why the professionals are doing it. But in crypto, it's like, I just want to hedge my low budget. This is why it works like this. It's interesting. But Bitcoin, is a different asset. Bitcoin is not Solana. Bitcoin is not Ethereum. Look at Ethereum. Such a low performance. And I even still own Ethereum. But I'm happy that it's not my major position or something like that. And I'm super happy that I only invested since this year in Bitcoin and I totally ignored all the other assets. I also made 10x on Solana. Boom, close it at 10x. It was fine, but it's nothing which I would do again. It's too risky from my point of view to look on these altcoins, even though yes, they might make short-term sense. I still not really see the benefit so much in it. But yeah, this is my prediction. 250,000, like between 200 and 250. I don't want to have it too crazy, but for me, more than likely, it's going to be a time cycle perspective. So end of the next year will be the top, as well as all the other cryptos. Chainlink also still, I see this as a very crazy crypto project. Still, I would also not really recommend it too much. I would say Solana is better in comparison. I mean, you also see the Solana performance is quite good. It's really, really good. Ethereum, it's also quite okay. Also works. But for now, for me, definitely, you see, Bitcoin is the only one making all-time highs. The only crypto. But it's always the first one. We got to say it. But it did it prior, right? It did all-time high prior. Solana didn't. Solana failed. Chainlink failed. Ethereum failed. So yeah, looking forward. Great, guys. Well, that's it for the stream. Just wanted to do a little bit of insight, just to see it with you, to have a look a little bit together on Bitcoin. Really, really interesting. Looking forward to see what it's gonna do next. Like I said, next potential movement between 88,000 and 100,000 is what I see. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting how this will move on afterwards. Just one last thing. Fundamentally wise, we got Trump. That's good. But Trump will not change the economy, which means the last 4 years, Biden and all these others destroyed almost everything. Like since Corona and all this shit, they destroyed so much. They pumped so much money into this market that it's gonna explode. And I believe right now with this entire new euphoria, so much new liquidity gets generated that we will see in the first quarter next year, Q1, we will see some nice crashes. So till then, there is a lot of space to go up. But I'm expecting February, March, something like this. I'm expecting some downfall. So now also for crypto, yes, right now it's gonna drop a little bit soon, right? Then continue higher and so on till a specific point when then we will see a bigger correction. And that is gonna like take place probably next year. Like maybe we'll pump even till February, March, April, May, June, right? But in summer, we will be at a low point, at a very low point from my point of view. And we will then make the last pump in Q4, like we're doing it right now, something similar. But yeah, we'll see. I will give you an update about any record a new YouTube video making you this entire information a little bit in just a few minutes. And yeah, till then, have a nice day, guys. Tomorrow we have Inner Circle Zoom call. We're gonna dive even deeper into the markets, looking on gold specifically, but we're also gonna talk a little bit about Bitcoin. It's incredible today. Bitcoin 7.53%. Gonna like use our strategy to see what's gonna happen next. Also on gold, right? Because gold right now looks super bearish. We might now see, of course, some major pullbacks. So trying to look to long tomorrow. So we'll also send there some forecast, video analysis, and so on. So yeah, let's see, guys. For everyone who want to be there, part of it, you know where the link is. You can join us, be part of a community. And yeah, have a nice one, guys. Bye bye.